could just hear that ball sizzling in the air.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the second quarter play, and it's the Jags in possession of the ball. With a white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They go back to Pollard on second down. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 14 yards that time, and a first down on the keeper.
Let's go now.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Bunker is on target. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession on half number 2. Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Herbert now. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Andrew Thomas, former first-rounder from Georgia, called for the penalty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Running off tackle with Cont. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line.
114 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Boyd. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run the counter with Cont. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Herbert trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Saints are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his 2nd interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
They'll have good field position at midfield following the turnover as they start with a 1st down here.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
It was starting to become a game for him to forget with the interceptions, but that's a step in the right direction. Not only did he choose to run it instead, but he saw the field well and made a nice pickup to get a new set of downs.
And some space here. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. 1st down. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception.
Picked up by Jair Alexander.
And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
A nice saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before him. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Play action. It's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And this will wind up a Saints first down as good running gets them to about the 44. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Down to the 25.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
This is Cont, and they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Pollard is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Bunker on for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. And now out come the Jags.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. On second down, it's Cook again. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 141 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's going on. The Jaguars
Here's on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. Dalvin Cook turned away on fourth down. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Play action. Now Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP. Yeah,
no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They'll try to run this one in. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is confirmed.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through and was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so. But maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Herbert going to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Herbert. That's complete to Chase. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 41-yard line. Now Herbert. That's caught again by Schultz. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Herbert. He will find his man Chase complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 15-yard line. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing, Herbert. And it's caught. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Now Jackson. Yeah, he's got it. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And it really came together with a good week of practice.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door. Maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end the ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Let's see if they go back to base. One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Now, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that